Naughty, 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 little master. You have disobeyed your father's wishes one time too many. For one who fights with monsters should look to it that they themselves become a monster. When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you. Another will embrace what you have rejected, and that other will be your death. But your father loves you dearly. You may inherit yourself yet. Slaughter your line. Become the last of your name. Lord Baal shall have but one chosen.
Memories flood back, snatches of your story written in the blood of 1,000 victims. Years spent in worship of Baal, leading his savage congregation in prayer, sacrifice, and slaughter. You were their master, and he was yours. A cruel master, a dread lord, a devoted father. All is as you feared. You are a spawn of Baal, his heir, his scion.
Tense up. That may be what you were, but it is not who you are.
And yet, you know you will never be free of your urge if you don't confront your past. You are not the last of your name. Not yet. There is another. The abomination wrapped in flesh you saw in the colony. Oren, it's time for a family reunion. But be wary of your confessors. Will friend turn to foe, knowing what you are?
I'll be honest, the first time I got that dream scene, I was a little let down. Like, oh, it was all revealed to me in a dream. That's the trope you're going with. But to be fair, Nyxx would have figured it out by now. I mean, Oren tells us when she shapeshifts in Rivington, so the dream is really just kind of final confirmation, I guess. And of course, Nyxx isn't going to hide anything from their favorite person, so let's go tell Astarion.
The urges are calling on you again, aren't they? I haven't seen you sleep through the night once in the past days.
Don't be alarmed, but I've divined with near certainty that Lord Baal is my father.
Well, it certainly sheds some light on the sleepless night you spent tied up trying to slit my throat. Bloody hells. A Baal spawn. Probably more Baldurian parents scare their children with stories of your kind than mine. I thought your kind was extinct. Goes to show, you should always check your facts. So, how are you feeling? Keen to reconnect with your family? Or ready to throw yourself in an oubliette?
I'm afraid, all right? How can I stand up to a god? Again. He wants me to cause such carnage.
You know, I didn't realize you and I were so alike. I felt paralyzed to do anything about Cazador for so many decades. I gave up on myself. I gave up on any hope of escape after a few lashes. Baal controls you in much the same way. I don't know how you could beat him, But I do know this. You must try. The half-life of a mind-addled slave is worse than death. Don't become his. I wouldn't live another century as one for all the moonstones in Evereska.
So, what does this mean for us?
Us. I still love the sound of that.
You do? Oh, good. I was worried. Well then, I could really use a kiss right now.
There is nothing I'd like more. You are perfect. Every time.
I think Nyxx would probably tell their other friends too.
Well met.
So, funny story. I found out that I'm born of the Lord of Murder. I'm a ballspawn.
Hells. It explains so much. Listen to me. I knew another like you. Gorion's ward. One of Baldur's Gate's great heroes. Bhaal's blood ran through their veins too. They burned away their own darkness with their own inner light. They chose courage. They chose honor. And so can you.
I'll try.
I'm listening.
Lae'zel, I've discovered I'm a ballspawn. The Lord of Murder's blood flows through me.
I'm not surprised. You've become death incarnate. Mighty, yes. And altogether unpredictable and intractable. One day, perhaps soon, Bhaal will demand your fealty. You'll either muster the strength to defy him, or you will succumb. I know how I'd choose.
Fair enough.
What's on your mind?
This isn't going to get any easier, is it? Karlach, I discovered I'm a ballspawn. A child of the god of murder.
That's a heavy weight. I know you can carry it, but it's heavy all the same. You are so much more than your parents. You're more than the affliction that wants to consume you. You are my friend. And you get to choose your destiny. Choose well, all right? Please.
Thanks, Karlach. Well, come on. We're heading out.
Fuck yes.
Ooh, I don't think Nyxx can tell Jaheira though. Too much history there.
So Bhaal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. She spoke to you in a rather familiar fashion. More shapeshifter mind games, I suppose.
Familiar? What? No, she just wants us paranoid. Likely to make a mistake. That's all.
Exactly. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Bhaalspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government. aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that.
Enough talk about that. How are you faring without your Harpers?
You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies, every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles.
Just try to keep up, old one.
Do you know, maybe my hearing is not what it was. Would you like to repeat that?
I was simply asking if you'd like to join me today.
As you wish.
I'll level up Jaheira, and then we'll head to Wyrm's Crossing.
Let us talk to him. Please, if you could just...
Outraged.
We have the Duke's full support. For the good of the people. Our.
This is front-page material.
Doesn't look like we're gonna be getting a warm welcome over here, so let's try to find a way around.
That'll make a great headline.
Footprints. Deep, known footprints.
We'll stop and check this out.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
Well, this is convenient.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you. I hope.
Gortash is a dead man. I have reason of my own for taking him down.
As long as our objective is the same, the reason doesn't matter to me. We have a common enemy. But neither of us gets what we want until we deal with our biggest obstacle. The Steel Watch. They're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it.
Personally, I put a lot of the blame on Gortash.
A tyrant's nothing without lackeys. And the Gondians are the perfect lackeys. Dangerously intelligent, pathetically submissive. They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit.
What was the plan?
Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A room powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
Wulbren, please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barkus. The adults are talking.
Maybe the Gondians are victims, not oppressors.
The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes, spitting in his face. Now they'll die like the dogs they are.
I'll make contact with the Gondians. Maybe they'll see reason.
That's what I've been saying. There may yet be a peaceful solution.
Fine. You want to try flapping your gums in the belly of the beast, be my guest. But their idea of diplomacy is a steel fist shoved where the sun don't shine. So take the bomb. Just in case I'm right and you're wrong.
Fine, I'll take it. But I'll only use it as a last resort.
As long as you see sense, I don't care when you see it. The foundry is in the lower city. Down by the docks. Beautiful building. Belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of watchers in no time.
We exited the cave and jumped over onto this wooden platform. Now we're in Wyrm's Crossing.
You there, honestly.
Which means we're getting a real room.
That might be worth a look.
I found so many victims for Cazador here. They're the kind of people no one would ever miss.
We'll leave Jaheira and Karlach on the first floor to explore, while Astarion and Nyxx go upstairs.
Oh, I'm sure he has plans. But I wouldn't dare guess at them. We should go. I do not want to face the Master if we're late for his Black Mass.
Soon, sister. I only need one more mark.
We have enough for the Master. No more needed.
It's not for the Master, it's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs, but soon I'll be able to feast. I want someone there, ready for me. And once the Mass is done, and our Lord grants us freedom, I can celebrate by drinking them dry.
Cazador promised you your freedom, and you believed him? Ha! You were never burdened with intelligence, Petras. But your load seems especially light these days.
Astarion! It cannot be.
Oh, that's no way to welcome back a brother, doll. Didn't you miss me?
Why would you come back? You got out. You were free. You can't mean that.
He's playing mind games. He can't raise a hand to the Master, let alone kill him.
You have no idea what I can do. Where is he hiding? Tell me!
Brother! Please!
Talk. or burn. Your choice.
You heard them. Tell me what I need to know. Now!
The Master is preparing the Black Mass. Beneath his palace. There's a defiled chapel. It was hidden there the entire time. Hidden from us all.
I'm going to stop Khazad-dûr.
What the hell's happened to you, Astarion? What are you?
I'm more than what I was. And I'm not afraid of anything anymore. The sun can't harm me. Khazad-dûr can't compel me. I'm the only person who can stop him. Now go, before I change my mind about roasting you, brother.
This isn't over, Astarion.
Poor fools. They actually think Khazad-dûr will save them.
They'll warn him we're coming.
Yes, and they'll be trembling in fear when they tell him. They're no threat to us. And they have no choice but to do Khazad-dûr's bidding. I pity them. Worst of all, they don't know their fate's already set. They're doomed. The only question is whether their lives will be sacrificed to a monster like Khazad-dûr, or serve a greater purpose. 7 sigils on 7 spawn. And Khazad-dûr has the other 6. We have to face him and take that power for ourselves.
For ourselves? For yourself, you mean?
Well, yes, technically. Only I will ascend and gain the ritual's power. But we're a team. If I become all powerful, then we become all powerful. We are a team, aren't we? You are still with me?
I just want you to be happy.
Then you'll help me in this. Nothing would make me happier. And now we know he's skulking beneath his palace. We can take the hunt to Khazad-dûr. All right, let's go. This place stinks of rat blood and despair.
We'll quickly explore the attic, where we'll find the body of a dwarf woman and a list of names for the Bhaalists' sacrifices.
It's perfect for a show.
Dantelons is up those stairs, and he's hung rooms beside the door. So the Harpers are waiting too.
You told me armor was a bargain.
Welcome to Dantelon's dancing axe. Our stock isn't used. It's tried and tested by the finest adventurers.
Greetings, sir. Your noble bearing brings a little class to my humble...
You can turn off the charm, Entharl. They're with me.
Blueberries. Thought I had a sale. You look tired, Harper.
I missed you too. They're already here?
Down below. Here's the key.
We were looking for a safe house. This doesn't look like one.
Agreed. Didn't stop Jaheira's lot from nesting in my cellar.
Entharl's no Harper, and claims no love for those who are. But he's been known to shelter us when we need it.
Entharl has been known to charge rent. Harpers have been known to ignore him. Now go on. The short father may send me an actual paying customer today. Right, Sommy. You're on the door till our friends are done. God, we didn't do any business today.
Hi, Harper. May Seluna's tears shine on this meeting.
A very formal greeting, Geraldus. You are well?
Yes, High Harper. Standing beneath Selûne's tears.
The lad's a little nervous, Jaheira. We heard of your great victory against Ketheric.
Geraldus isn't nervous. He's terrified. And he's using Selûne's tears as some kind of code.
I understand, Geraldus. Take a moment. And you, Harper. There is something familiar about you. Doesn't she remind you of our old friend Marcus?
Jaheira's meaning is clear. Marcus was a traitor laying a trap. The same, it seems, is happening here.
Nyxx would definitely strike while Jaheira has them distracted.
How many has she brought to Baal's side, I wonder?
Mahler's mark. How many more Harper's dead?
Did I get it right?
Selûne's tears. It is said no false face can stand beneath their light. An old code, Harper. But yes, you got it right. Now I need your report.
We had eyes on suspected cultists in the city, like you asked. We thought we were tracking them, but...
They were tracking you instead. Evidently. Doppelgangers.
And they're not just working with the cult, High Harper. They're part of it. Bhaalists, I think.
Sworn to Orin the Red, yes. We've already had the pleasure. Go on.
Everything seemed fine until your latest orders. Until we started to search for the Rashomon. They struck the same night. I woke to one of them strangling Chelvin, while smiling at me out of her face. She said... It said... that I'd report back to you as normal. Lure you here, and... I had no choice!
I'm sure it felt that way, Geraldus. The others were likely dragged back to Orin. Tortured. Sacrificed. I do not expect you to die for me. But to risk Entharl, any citizen who might have wandered in, there is always a choice. And the Harper must be able to make the hard ones. Perhaps this isn't the life for you after all, Geraldus.
No, Jaheira! High Harper, please! I'm still a Harper. I want to help!
You've scarcely signed up, boy. And there is a war coming. Why die a Harper, when you could still live as anything else?
Wait, Jaheira. You're acting like this is his fault. It's yours.
I most humbly beg your pardon?
Geraldus lived so he could warn you. Don't Harper serve the greater good?
You volunteer wisdom where it is not wanted. All the more galling then that you are right. This mess is of my making. I sent the Harpers hunting after the cult without thinking what it would mean to be hunted in turn. Now they are compromised. And if not for you, I wouldn't even know it. I'm sorry, Geraldus. Harper. And I owe you an apology as well. I haven't told you everything I hope to learn here today. First, Geraldus, you're the last Harper in the city I can rely on. Lay low and rest while you can. I have matters to discuss with my friend here. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Nyxx of Rashomon?
Oh my god! Nyxx!
Your ruined brain lurches and bilious intestines squirm. A hero, an enemy most foul.
A sworn hunter of Bhaalspawn.
Or a stalwart friend to one. That depends entirely on the Bhaalspawn. Minsc is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die.
What happened?
Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsc charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day.
So you left him?
And would again. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsc's either.
Is this really more important than stopping the Chosen?
You need not preach the cause to me. I've already told you what I sacrificed in its name, but only a fool would discard a potential ally like Minsc. He has faced God and Illithid both, just as I have. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
So much for the cavalry riding to our rescue. This is what we get for putting our faith in a network of spies, I suppose.
Shapeshifters in the Harpers. My dad always admired their mission. Said they gave up their entire lives so we could live safely and ask for nothing in return. We'll rout them, right? For the city and for Dad.
Let's throw in just one more stop for the fun of it.
Put him up! Put him up!
It's pronounced grovel afore me or die.
Yay! You spoke to me! Nobody ever talks to me! My name's Narber, adventurer to be, soon to be the best adventurer anyone's ever seen. As soon as I figure out what kind of adventurer I want to be. What do you think? Can I be a fighter?
Here's a tip from a real fighter. Less talking, more fighting.
Right you are. I'll just find something to punch, I guess. It won't hurt, will it? No, surely not.
Are we still not done yet?
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was in deep meditation, see? Isn't peace and quiet just the best? I'm gonna be the best monk there ever was!
Go back to being silent, then.
Narber seals his lips, but you feel the pressure of words behind them. The poor thing is straining, fit to burst.
I can't do it. I have too much to say. You were right. I can't be a monk. I just want to talk. Talking's great. See, you can say words, make friends, tell everyone everything you're thinking and feeling.
As he empties himself of his latest slew of thoughts, you take the opportunity to slip away.